What's up, everyone? Here to do Kuroko No Basket episode 28, and this week's episode was pretty good. It was nothing like crazy or anything or great, but I definitely did enjoy it, and it was a good episode. But yeah, I liked it because we finally get to find out what Kyoshi does, and I'm not gonna lie, I like what they did with him, and I just want to say that the people who wrote this manga, like, they must actually either play basketball or they have studied it before, because I don't know, like, some of the things, like, obviously some of the powers are dramatic, but like with Kyoshi, I really like what they did with this character. If you guys are familiar with basketball, I think that like he seems like a Paul Gasol-ish character. Like, he's a big man with like a lot of skills. But yeah, I definitely like what they did with this character. But I guess I'll let you guys know what I thought about the whole entire episode. So in the beginning, Hyuga and Rika, which is the coach and the captain, are talking, and I forget that she's so young at times, and definitely in the beginning it makes me think that like they obviously somewhat like each other. It seemed pretty obvious, but she says that it was like some sort of like pat thing that she's doing. She's growing her hair out until they get to the Winter Cup, and after that, we just have Sarah meeting up before the game, and we notice that Kagami, or some of Kagami's teammates notice that his left is a lot better, and that he didn't get any sleep either. But after that, there's just a little joke with Kuroko. I thought it was really funny how they were like, "Where's Kuroko?" And usually he's like, "Oh, I'm here," and he was actually late this time. I thought that was really funny. But after that, we just go through like all the generation of miracles, like what they're doing. Kisei's practicing. Aoime is doing what he does, nothing, because he is just that good, and just the rest of the generation of miracles and what they're doing, and pretty much saying how they're excited for the season. So when we go back to Siren, they're in the locker room and the coach explains the brackets one more time. So there are 8 teams in this bracket originally, and after that there will be 4, so one team will get eliminated. Then they'll do a tournament in between 4 teams after that, and the 2 best teams from the tournament out of those 4 teams will make it to the Winter Cup. And she says the only thing that's different, there will be a lot of powerhouses in the preliminaries, I guess. So it's, in other words, it's not going to be easy. But we found out we're playing Jose or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. But they do have one good player. He's a freshman named Narumi, and he's like a big man, and he's like a pervert, I guess. He like is reading a girl magazine to get himself focused. That's his way of getting focused. But after that, we go right into the game, and we find out some very, very interesting information. Because, I mean, we've all been hyped up off of Kill Sheet, like, either way. And I'm not sure if you guys have, but I don't read the manga. So everything this season is new to me, just because I want to hold off because of how much I enjoyed season 1. But we found out Kyoshi was from another group that would have been known as really good players if they were in another era, because the Generation of Miracles just outshined somebody so much. But he was called Ironheart Kyoshi, and yeah, we found out that he's really good, and the other, or one of the other players, was very surprised. And yeah, it shows that he definitely is a threat. And after that, I just thought it was funny how the really good player from the other team, Narami, just disrespects the coach like that. It like she like goes on fire, and she's just like, "You guys better win," and it was just really funny. And after that, we find out, or Kagami actually notices that Kyoshi has really big hands, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't notice that he has really big hands," which obviously can be a big help. But after that, we go over to the captain from Tao, and the shooter, like the guy who always says he's sorry. If you guys aren't familiar with the names, it's the same team that Aomimi plays for. But he talks about how Surin is very good, but it's just the matchup thing. They aren't a really good matchup from Jose, or for Jose, and when they go in, they're surprised because Surin isn't really struggling at all, and he gives the shooter a little bit of insight on Kelsey and also us, and he says that he's a big man who passes like a point guard, and that's why I said the Paul Gasol reference, just because like he's very skilled pretty much, and he's really unpredictable, so you don't know what he's gonna do, because he has good post moves and he can pass at the same time. And Surin is just rolling, and they're going hard. Like they're playing really well, and Kagami's kind of mad or whatever. And when he gets the ball, he goes at the rim. It was on a fast break. He jumps so high that he hits his head on the rim. Like, wow! I'm so excited to see like what else he's added to his game, because like obviously jumping high is very good, like that would help you, but like that cannot be the only thing. Like that's the only thing, like, or the only huge question I really had. But after that, Surin is still rolling and doing well, and Kagami is mad, and Kuroko has to talk to him and tell him to like relax and stuff. And like the captain says, how he's happy that somebody like Kuroko was there to calm Kagami down, but he's still pretty mad. And after that, when he gets the ball, it's almost near the end of the game. They try to double team him, and he ends up breaking the double team, and he jumps, and everybody's like, "No way, he's not about to do that." And I just thought it was an interesting analogy, even though, like, obviously we don't know how they could hear that, but I just thought it was an interesting analogy how they just like go to all the generation of miracles, and we get the revelation that they could hear him coming, and he's breaking down the door for prodigies, and he's gonna be one too, hopefully, which I figure he's not completely on their level. He's probably somewhere in the vicinity, but I really don't think he is exactly at their level. Yeah, he is obviously a little bit of work to do, but as they said, they can hear him breaking down the door, and he just ends up dunking the basketball, and everybody's surprised because he jumped really high or whatever. And that's the end of the game. They're pretty happy because they won, and Tahoe is like saying that, yeah, the shooter from Tahoe is saying, wow, they're pretty good. They may be able to make it to the Winter Cup, but the captain says, he says, no, 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 the real monsters come out now. So I guess we'll see. Like I said, it wasn't a crazy good episode, but it was just nice to see them play in general and just find out what Kyoshi can finally do. I thought it was pretty interesting, like the skill that they gave him. But yeah, as I said, I thought it was a decent episode. That's all I have, and thanks.